Everyone needs a good breakfast. Made in the morning stays crunchy, even in milk.
It's Alive 107.3. Lee here with you, getting very excited as the AMC era of TNA wrestling continues with Thursday Night Impact live from Albuquerque, New Mexico. In the US, you can watch it on AMC 9 p.m. tonight. Here in the UK, of course, it's on TNA Plus. Last week, historic. Gold changed hands as the Elegance brand took the Knockouts tag titles, but the headline, the King, was dethroned. Our guest made history as he became a two-time world champion and survived a Texas death match at Genesis this past Saturday. I'm delighted to welcome to Live 107.3 the two-time TNA world champion, Mike Santana. Mike, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, Lee. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for taking the time. I know it's been a crazy week for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Let's be honest. Last Thursday night, the premiere episode of TNA Thursday Night Impact on AMC, you became a two-time TNA World Champion. An amazing match with Frankie Kazarian. How did it feel at the end of that premiere episode when your hand was raised high and you had that TNA World title once more?
Man, it was if I put it in simple terms, the main thing that came to my mind was we did it.
Mm.
We got here. You know, all the work, all the sacrifices, all the hours that everyone put in. We got to AMC, and it's a wrap. You know, we did it. But to speak on my experience in my behalf, man, it was definitely another like culmination for me, you know what I mean? And the fact that I got to stand there as a two-time champion on the premiere episode on AMC, huge deal. If that wasn't a crowning moment, then I don't know what is, you know. But yeah, amazing experience, amazing time. You know, the locker room was buzzing, everyone in that arena was buzzing, and we gave everyone our very best, man. And shout out to Frankie Kazarian, someone who I have a lot of respect for, someone who I have a lot of history with. We went out there and we gave the fight of our lives, you know, and it was two generations of TNA going head to head on the premiere episode of AMC and for the world title. If that to me was symbolic within itself. So yeah, man, just an awesome time.
It was an awesome time. We're going to come back and talk about that AMC premiere episode in a minute if we can, Mike. One thing I do want to touch on: how was this moment, this crowning moment, different for you
Mhm.
from when it happened at Bound for Glory in Lowell? Both emotional, both culminations of stories. But
Yep.
what was it like personally? Because the first world title, and just I hope you don't mind me saying it, as a fan, as somebody that was there in Lowell, the emotion in that arena when you went over and your daughter was there, just
Yeah.
even now talking about it, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. So
Yeah.
how did it differ between the excitement and the high of the AMC premiere and the excitement and high of getting that world title for the first time in front of your daughter?
Man, like I said, the first championship win was a thank you to her. If anybody has been following the story knows that, you know, my daughter saved my life.
Mm.
She was the catalyst to, me getting my life together and going to rehab and getting clean and all these things. So me getting there and handing her that championship was a thank you to her and to the rest of my family that supported me. And to me, that's a moment that's going to live with me for the rest of my life. And it's probably going to outlive me, you know. And the fact that she gets to have that peace,
Mm.
for the rest of her life is everything, you know. Um, and as far as the championship win on AMC, man, like that was another. Uh, that was a crowning moment. I feel like for me, that
Mm.
was a thank you to me, you know, and also just like for the company to have the trust and the confidence in me to be the face going into this new era is a huge deal. And that is a validation to all the hard work, all the sacrifices, everything that I've been through up to this point. That moment was the company saying, yes, this is our guy. This is the crowning moment, and this is the person that's going to take us into this new era, and and fight. Because if there's anything that I do in my life is fight. you know. So yeah, man, it was like the company crowning me as like, yo, this is our guy.
This is our guy. He's most definitely our guy. You've had an amazing run since you returned to TNA Wrestling, Mike, if you want to be honest. And anyone that's not familiar with that story can go back and catch up anytime on TNA Plus. And I
Yep.
encourage everyone to do so. You're subject to a couple of fantastic TNA documentaries on there. Of course, there's Fade to Black, but the Immersed series is just absolutely fantastic. And it really does show the person behind the character, if you don't
Hmm.
mind me saying. And I think you're quite unique in professional wrestling, I think, Mike, because you have been so open and honest
Hmm.
about the struggles and about the journey that's been culminated now with your second world title win. Uh, does and I've got to be careful how I say this because some people take this the wrong way. Does the fact you people now will call you an inspiration for many others, does that help you or does that hinder you? Do you feel an extra layer of pressure on that, or do you feel a level of pride behind that?
Honestly, I take a lot of pride in it. It's definitely a lot of pressure
Hmm.
because, as you know, there's, all eyes on you, right? Everyone is looking to you for inspiration or for guidance or for whatever it is, but it's something I take a lot of pride in. Uh, Before I got into wrestling, when I was younger, I used to always say that I wanted to do something that was going to help people. And I got to a point where I realized, hey, professional wrestling is my way of doing that. The same way that Bret Hart helped inspire me and helped me believe that this was a possible dream to attain is the same way that I want to do for someone else. And not just with professional wrestling, but with my personal story and my journey. Um, I think, especially with the addiction stuff, it's like, it has this stigma of like a lot of people are very shameful to talk about it. It's not very talked about, especially in this industry, especially on TV, right? And I wanted to be the one to change that and have it looked at as, hey, this was a moment in time, but it was also a moment in time that helped inspire me, helped push me, and helped fuel a fire to get me to where I'm at today. So yeah, man, it's definitely something I take a lot of pride in.
And also, you take a lot of pride in the fact that, as we said last week, the premiere episode of TNA Thursday Night Impact on AMC, you headlined it all, and it had been a long time coming, Mike. This premiere on AMC. We'd heard rumors for about the past year that there was going to be a
Yep.
new TV deal. How did you guys in the locker room react when you found out it was going to be AMC, when you found out it was going to be live? Most
Mhm.
importantly, I often wonder this: how does it feel different for you as a performer and for the locker room, knowing that it's live as opposed to live on tape, like many
Yeah.
episodes can be at times?
As far as the announcement, it was a lot of excitement. Again, it was finally a lot more people are going to be able to see what we do and see how special TNA is. And as far as the live aspect, live there's always a lot more pressure, and I love it. Honestly, I love live TV because one, anything could happen, and two, there's just this sense of urgency, and it's this extra sense of like, man, we gotta really, really put out our best and really hit our times and all these things. Because as you know, when it's live to tape, they could fix anything in post, right? They could edit anything out. When it's live TV, baby, you better be on point, you know? So, but I love it. And I think one thing that we've shown, especially leading up to AMC when we were doing those live shows every now and then, they were almost like practices,
Yeah.
and we would hit them out the park every single time. So that getting up to AMC, we were like, all right, we've done this before, and we got this. And I mean, for me, I've done live TV for years, you know, so
Mhm.
I it's something that I'm very comfortable with. So, but everyone who hasn't come from that background or hasn't experienced doing live TV very often, it could be a little nerve wracking. But I think we all delivered and we're all on point.
Yes, well, it was a fantastic show again. You can go back and you can catch it up on TNA Plus. And if you head on to TNAWrestling.com just now as well, they've got some great behind the scenes photos from that AMC premiere. And there's one, Mike, I want to ask you about. It's where you come back through the curtain. There's a photo of yourself and AJ Styles. What was it
Yeah.
like to actually to be with AJ, and did he offer you any words of advice as now you are running the house that AJ built?
Man, definitely an awesome moment. Um, it's funny because I feel like when I came to the back, we were both almost like looking for each other
Hmm.
and beelining towards each other. Me, I wanted to express my gratitude to him for what he's done for TNA and what he's given TNA. And for him, it was him pretty much saying what you said, like the house is yours now. And to hear that from AJ Styles was, I mean, what more could I ask for, right? You know, to hear this man who I've admired and respected for so long and have followed his entire career tell me like you're the guy and that he's proud and TNA is in great hands. It meant a lot to me. So
It was fantastic to see that just that photo again. It's truly amazing. It's well worth checking out on TNAWrestling.com and those socials. You sit here, Mike, in front of me with that TNA World title around your waist, and I suppose the question is now, who's next? I mean, we know Nick Nemeth is there. He's got that call your shot trophy. He can pull that out anytime, anywhere. So
mhm.
obviously you're going to be looking over your shoulder at the wanted man. But who else
Yep.
have you got your eye on in the TNA, or dare I say the WWE and NXT locker rooms?
I'm welcoming any and everybody. I pride myself on being a person who uh, welcomes and thrives in every challenge, and I'm not like I'm willing to give everyone an opportunity because we have an amazing roster right
Mhm.
now, full of a lot of talent, um, and of course on the WWE side, but any and everybody could get it. Just know that after uh, losing it the way that I did, they better come correct and trying to take it from me now. So
You can see Mike's TNA World Title victory right now on demand by heading to TNA Plus. You can catch up not just with that victory, but every TNA Premium Live event and episode of Impact on demand. And here in the UK, you can see a brand new episode of Impact every week, including this week's live episode from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It is a late one, however, 2 a.m. Friday morning. When we come back, we'll talk tag teams, NXT, we'll play the name game, and I'll see if I can get any details from the champ of when TNA will be back in the UK. Don't go anywhere.
Thursday, on an all-new episode of Impact, the wanted man Nick Nemeth faces off with BDE. Elijah faces off with Order 4's Jason Hodge. Can Order 4 silence the notorious Attraction? Who will step up to the newest TNA wrestling knockout, Elena Black? Plus, the Feast or Fired cases will be revealed. Who will walk away with a golden opportunity? It's an all-new episode of TNA Impact, Thursday.
It's Alive 107.3. Very, very excited. We are just, he says, checking his watch, hours away from another live episode of TNA Thursday Night Impact this week, featuring Jeff Hardy and Mustafa Ali, the debut of a new member of the system, plus the return of one of my favorite TNA things of all time, Feast or Fired. TNA, now very much the house that is being run by Mike Santana, the TNA World Champion, who's with me still. Mike, are you there, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. It's been an awesome conversation, and let's get it.
Let's get it. I like this now. You're no stranger to championship gold, Mike. Let's
Yep.
be honest. Four-time Impact Wrestling TNA Tag Team Champion. So I've got a list here for you. All right, we've got Shawn Michaels, Scott Steiner, James Storm, Booker T, and now Mike Santana. Why is tag team wrestling over the past 15, 20 years the perfect breeding ground for world heavyweight champions?
Man, that's a great question. Man, I think you get to learn so much, right? Being in a tag team, because you're dealing with four guys in the ring. You know what I mean? And there's so much to adapt and to learn from. But it also it allows you to prove to yourself, all right, do you want this or don't you want this, right?
Hmm.
Um, if you look back at some of the greats, man, like a lot of them started in a tag team and then worked their way up and became successful legends as singles wrestlers. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, when I was in the tag team, I wasn't really thinking too much about the singles thing because I'm always just focused on the task at hand. But of course, it came to a point where it was like, I think this is what needs to be done and this is what I want to do. And um, here I am, right? So,
Verge, and there was something else I was going to ask on this, and I ask this every time. I'm amazed at the skill that's involved with tag team wrestling. To me, it's a completely different level of art form when it's
yeah.
going on well in the squared circle. And TNA's had an amazing, amazing history of this. How, and I don't want to say how easy, Mike, because that sounds terrible. How quickly can you adapt to becoming a singles wrestler when you make that decision in your mind?
I mean, I would. I don't think I would say quickly. It all depends on the person, right?
Hmm.
For me, I was hungry, and I told myself I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that I have a smooth transition. You know what I mean? Whether it was studying tape, whether it was getting in the ring on my own, and training as much as possible, which is what I did. Um, I was out with an injury for 14 months. I got through rehab, and then once I got cleared by my surgeon to get back in the ring, I was like, I need to be in the ring as much as possible because,
Hmm.
as you know, being a tag team wrestler, you're able to tag out and get your rest on the apron, right? When
Yeah.
you're a singles wrestler, there's none of that. Like it's all on you. So I knew that I needed to work on my stamina, work on my cardio, and work on keeping the match exciting and
Hmm.
keeping the fans at the edge of the seat, right? Because of course, I feel like with tag team wrestling is much easier because you got four guys, so it's easy to kind of create a lot of excitement. When it's a singles match, it's a challenge, right? So yeah, I did a lot of studying, a lot of time in the ring, a lot of getting my ass kicked. So yeah, man, like I did the work because I wanted it. So thankfully, it's paying off and it's paid off.
It has. I know time is against us, Mike. So very, very quickly, I've got two things that we need to do for you. First off, I need to know it is a huge year for TNA, the AMC deal. Live shows come up in Nashville, Atlanta,
Yeah,
New Orleans. Last year, TNA live attendance records for North America were broken twice in quick
yeah.
succession. But the largest attendance in TNA history took place here in the UK. Do you think we'll see Mike Santana headline a TNA event in the UK this year? And will it be Bound for Glory?
That's a goal. That's definitely a goal. And I love the UK. Going over to the UK was some of my greatest experiences, some of my favorite times wrestling there. Um, and yeah, I hope we get to do it again, and it would definitely be exciting. And I think the fans are clamoring for it, and it'll be great, man. So hopefully we can make that happen for sure.
Fingers crossed. And now this is it, Mike. It's time if you're up for this. The name game. I have in front of me five names of TNA superstars. I would like to say the first thing that comes into your head if you're up for this.
Okay.
Name number one, Elijah.
Oof. Um, Gifted.
Name number two, Marashade.
Oh. Uh, Style.
Name number three, Rich Swan.
Redemption.
Good one. Number 4, Indy Hartwell.
Hungry.
And the final one, the voice of Impact Wrestling, Mr. Smooth, Tom Hannifan.
Oh man, Tom. Oh man. You know, I'd have to say passionate.
Passionate. I like that. I like that. It's very, very good. That is the name game with the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Santana. In the US, you can see new episodes of Thursday Night Impact on AMC. Here in the UK, watch it on TNA Plus, where you can see upcoming premium live events, including No Surrender and Sacrifice, included in your TNA Plus VIP subscription. Tickets on sale now for all those events at TNAWrestling.com. And if you head over to TNAmerch.com, you can get all the latest Mike Santana swag. Yes, you can. Mike, thank you for taking the time, my friend. Hopefully catch up with you again very, very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you.